is the 30th of January 2021. This day marks the 73rd anniversary of the martyrdom of a great soul who brought down the mighty British Empire to its knees, armed only with the power of truth, love and non-violence. An unprecedented feat which would go down in the annals of history, not only of the Indian independence movement, but also of the entire world. Born in the port town of Porbandar in South Gujarat on the 2nd of October 1869 as the fourth child of Karamchand Gandhi and Putli Bai, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi had an arduous journey from an affluent barrister to the khadi-clad advocate of simple living and high thinking. On the 15th of August 1947, when the rest of India was busy savoring the sweetness of independence, the father of the largest democracy in the world was languishing in the pangs of imminent partition. Such was the greatness of the man that even 7 decades later, endearments like Mahatma, which means a great soul, or Bapu, meaning father, evoke only his image in the minds of every Indian. While attending a prayer meeting at Delhi's Birla Mandir, the Mahatma was shot dead by Nathuram Vinayak Godse at 5:17 p.m. on the evening of Friday, the 30th of January, 1948. An era had ended. A great soul had departed.
Hello and welcome to Kutch Malayalam. It's a bright and beautiful morning, and today we are at the other Rajghat, Gandhi Samadhi. Gandhi Samadhi is located in the port town of Adipur in the largest district of Kutch, Gujarat. After Rajghat and Delhi, this is the only place in the entire country which has Gandhi's ashes. Let us move in and have a beautiful view. Settlement Corporation SRC has been managing this great place, and not just this place but the entire town itself. We have GM MG Sadnani sir with us, so let us know more about this place from himself.
Yeah.
Sir, please tell us about the history of this Gandhi Samadhi.
Yeah, before starting with Gandhi Samadhi, I'll just give you even some time back in 1947 when India achieved independence. The Hindu migrants from Sindh was in Pakistan then, it was erstwhile India. When Pakistan came into being on the basis of religion, other states were divided. Punjab went East and West Punjab, Bengal, East and West Bengal, where Muslims and Hindus migrated as per their wish, whereas Sindh was not divided. So Sindhis migrated all over India, wherever they could get their livelihood. Of course, government did help them as refugees in accommodating them in army barracks, mostly army barracks all over India, wherever they could. So there was no land for Hindus migrating from Sindh. So Bhai Pratap, our founder of this township, he was a very big businessman. He had very big businesses all over the world. He took upon himself to resettle these Sindhis who are coming from the Hindus especially. He approached with blessings of Gandhiji. Of course, they were freedom fighters, Gandhiji, Nehruji, and as we know the past history of India. With the blessings of Gandhiji, they approached Mahara of Kutch to give them some land for resettlement of Sindhis. This was a barren land. So Mahara was magnanimous enough to give us 15,000 acres in those times for resettlement. But then subsequently, as we started this from the work of this corporation, they thought that 15,000 will be too much for us to develop and all that. So better to give us some lesser area of the land. Ultimately it was 2,600 acres which was given to this corporation. for development. So as you see, today's Gandhidham and Adipur township, it is spread over 2,600 acres. When this barren land was there, all the logistic support, infrastructure development was done by SRC. Even some construction of houses and shopping complexes and some industries were set up by SRC. The whole township was being run by SRC. Bus service, electrical, power supply, water supply, everything was done. Going back to that again, in 1948, this corporation was formed, 26 January 1948. As we know, Gandhiji had a very big ideas that when you develop a township, there should be involvement of individuals and the society themselves. They should come up for development, not depending on other agencies. Continuing that idea, our Bhai Pratap took upon himself to form a corporation where shareholders will join this, and corporation was made of shareholders of corporation. Each shareholder was given a piece of land with the 1 share or 2 shares as per the size of this. That was the idea of development of this township. When this was being developed, a foundation ceremony was to be performed. Unfortunately, Gandhiji died on 30th of January, and it was a big shock for all of them. In those days, our freedom fighters, our first chairperson was Acharya J.B. Kripalani, and Bhai Pratap took up as managing director to run the affairs. Because J.B. Kripalani was a national leader along with Nehru and other political leaders, he was offered to remain as chairman also. The whole thing was being run from Bombay. It was Bombay state then, no Maharashtra, no Gujarat, it was Bombay state. So we still have an office in Mumbai, in Fort area, we run it as a registered office. Then we shifted, after the infrastructure was developed, we shifted our office here to run this town, to develop this township. When this founding ceremony was started, Bhai Pratap thought it fit that we should do it on the 12th day after Gandhiji's death, perform this founding ceremony. The ashes of Gandhiji were brought to be sprayed sacredly in Kanla Creek, and part of those ashes were brought here at this place in an urn, and Gandhi Samadhi took birth. This Samadhi was completed in 1954, as we have seen here written, and we took upon ourselves, that is SRC, to develop this around this area, the whole of township. Now you see Adipur and Gandhidham is one and same thing. We call this as Adipur. The name also took up from there. The name that is Gandhidham, what we call Gandhidham today.
Sir, also I'd like to know how does SRC beautifully manages this place, because it's really mesmerizing to see such a discipline and just which looks like a garden but is of such a great importance.
See, we are continuing the tradition. Basically we are a town developing company, so development and maintenance of structures is our main job. We have been doing for many years, but of course monuments like this need personal attention. We got a civil engineering department in us, with the corporation being run by a board of directors who are mostly from this place, and they see that these places should be maintained as a memory of our Bhai Pratap and the community who started settling here. So SRC is developing and maintaining themselves as and when the needs are. Just as I came today, I found something to be done. But this personal attention always makes possible. Like that, we got Bhai Pratap Samadhi also just been adjacent to this place. There also we are maintaining on our own.
Thanks a lot, sir, for sharing such a huge amount of information and telling everyone the importance of Gandhi, the great Gandhi. Thanks a lot, sir, for